Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Monday. Today, what we're going to be looking at is what concerns a lot of people, which is marks, grades, assessment in general. So I just like to go through a few of the things that are confusing, and we'll take a quick look at D2L. So first of all, the first thing people really want to know is, what do I need to do? And that is a great question, because sometimes when you go through your content, here, I'm just going to click over here. Let's see if we can make this bigger. So sometimes when we, I don't know if you can see that actually. I think this will work. Yeah, that's working. Okay, so I have impersonated a student who hasn't submitted anything yet, so that should be okay. And this is what you should see when you get in here. So there's some important things to notice here. First of all, the news feed, very important. All the videos that I post here you should watch because they directly impact you. Sometimes they're very specific to specific assignments, and they go through a lot of success criteria. The calendar here, these are suggested dates for your Dropboxes. So as soon as I put a restriction on a Dropbox, it will generate one of these dates. So when we look at all your assignments, they should be in the calendar, but the easiest way to figure out what you have to do and what you don't have to do, and to confirm that, is to look at these two tabs. So the Dropbox is where you are going to submit most of your assignments. A lot of you who've already used D2L know all about that. This is what your Dropbox looks like. So it gives you all the units, and as we scroll down here, everything that you would have to do. Now, before doing the assignment, you can check both the due date. Usually I also put beside the due date a close date. So you usually have after the due date at least a week to complete it before I close it. Now that doesn't mean I absolutely will not accept it, but remember, we are on a tight schedule, so you really want to do your best to keep up, and I feel like putting a little bit of pressure on you to do so is advantageous to both yourself and to me. Let's go back to the start. Okay, so what I do or do not do, if we take a look in content for a second, and you go through here, a lot of times what I will have done is, you look at this, you've got a unit overview, you look at the expectations, then you read all about it, and then it will say, do not do this assignment. Usually, that is correct. I have kind of gone through this and sorted out what the expectation is to do or not to do. Sometimes, however, I may have missed one, and you can again check by looking at your Dropboxes. Be like, oh, I only have 3 assignments in Unit 1, so those are the 3 that I have to do, and they have a name and they match up with something. And if it's too confusing, you can always email me. But the other thing is, it's not just the Dropbox you have to do. The discussion areas are more interactive. So a lot of you, I can see 19 people have already posted a brief introduction of themselves, which is great. A lot of you already know about this. You also have discussion areas, okay? So for Unit 1, we have here 2 different discussions. You have a choice here, and you have to not forget about those as well, okay? Now, how do you know what the success criteria is for this and what I expect? Well, besides the videos I post, each one should have some sort of rubric. So if you click on the link, it gives you the rubric right here, okay? And it gives you the expectations for all the levels. So for the cause of World War I, I need a summary of notes accurately identifying all causes of World War I. Check. I need an opinion paragraph taking a convincing stance which argues the importance of one main cause with a logical argument. Okay, so that requires a little bit of thought there. And then paragraph form includes a topic sentence supporting details and a concluding sentence. That would be like your application of paragraph form for grade 10. And then sources are cited appropriately. Sources matter. You need to source everything. I'm going to make it easy for you, and I'll post a quick video on how to do that and what I expect of that. Generally speaking, you're sourcing everything you come across because, this is an important skill, especially in history, to document where we get our ideas from. Okay? Moving right along, how long do I have for each assignment? We kind of already talked about that. You have a due date, but then you also have an end date. And I will generally post in the news feed. Let's go back to our course home. In our news feed, I will post when certain drop boxes are closing, so you don't get confused. Question number 4. How will I receive feedback? An excellent question. I am a firm believer, as a teacher, that one of the things that you should try to do is perfect your answers. So I am not the kind of teacher who just wants you to work on it once and then throw it away and move on to the next thing. I think you should have every opportunity to do the assignment over. And sometimes if you don't understand it, what I will do is I will give you feedback by either, actually you can't really see here. Okay, look at submit files here. So when you're submitting files, again, this is what you would see. You have the option of recording audio, as do I. Okay, in fact, I think you can record video now as well. I will do that a lot. Okay, and if I don't give you a mark, it generally means that the expectations have not been met and that you should probably do it over and take my feedback. So a lot of times all the feedback you'll initially get will be like, please listen to my comments. Okay? Sometimes I will just write a few details and you'll see them, and sometimes I'll give you the mark. Now if you're really worried about your mark, and most of us are, this is another important thing to have. This tab for grades, what I have tried to do is make it easy for you to see exactly how much everything is worth. Okay, so as you're going through and you're submitting your assignments, you can see that most assignments have one of 3 values: a 6-pointer, a 2-pointer, or a 10-pointer, with the 10-pointers obviously being the more culminating activities for each unit. Okay, and it adds up eventually to somewhere around 270, with our 2 culminating activities being worth 35 at the bottom. So that's like your exam. That's worth about 30% of your overall mark, and that is the ultimate activity. Okay. Just making sure I didn't miss anything here. Nope, that's not right. That's not right either. Yeah, so I think I covered almost everything I wanted to there. Oh, there it is. Stupid me. Okay, so yeah, how do I keep track of my overall grade? You just go to grades and you can take a look. And slowly but surely those assignments will add up and you will have a sense of where you're at. And remember, if you don't do certain assignments, it might look like you're getting a great grade, but obviously in the point system overall you will be falling far behind. Okay, so I don't want to belabor the point, but keep looking at the videos as they come in. I will try to communicate through that. I will also try to call everyone within the next couple days, and I'll just check if you're online. So if you haven't already, please supply me with an email or email me through the system. And again, you check your email up here. This is where you can see if you have kind of new updates, update alerts they're called. Please send me your number so I can get in touch with you. Thank you, and have a great first day of class. Take care.